Suppose you have a boss who is type A, driven, always about the metrics, we're always on the schedule, pushing, has very few meetings that are outside of just an agenda, a work agenda. What does that tell you about that leader's values? It tells you a lot. Your values impact your leadership in these four areas: your motivations, your fit, your leadership style, and your biases. Welcome to Great Transition Strategies Monday Morning Stand-Up. 5 minutes to get your week off to a great start and potentially give yourself something to help make you a more effective leader so you can love what you do. Our values affect our leadership. When I asked you about that leader, what do you think some of her values are? It might be recognition, it might be impact, it might be achievement. Let's go through these four and help you analyze yourself. First, choose your top value. What is your top value? Integrity, honesty, impact, achievement. What is it? Define it. All right, let's go through these four areas. And as we go through these four areas, I want you to take a look at how they impact your leadership overall. First area, driver's motivation. When we put our feet on the floor every morning when we get up, we want to fulfill our values. What is your top value? How does that value drive you every single day? For the individual I talked about, maybe achievement's what it's after. That is what's driving her to live in this job and lead the way she leads. It's her motivation. I want to achieve. Maybe I want to make an impact. What about you? Your top value, how does that motivate you or drive you every day? All right, you do the first one. Second one, fit. It helps define a fit for an organization. You might say, well, I'm really good at what I do. Fit many times shows up, or not being a fit shows up many times in some angst that you have, some kind of trigger that happens. If you are a quiet individual, you like to analyze and like to think, and you're in an organization that is high achievement, lots of metrics, you move at a fast pace, you might come home from that every single day exhausted. You might not be as good a fit as you think. You might be really good at it because you learned to adapt, but you might not be a perfect fit for that organization. Realize how good a fit am I? Maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 7 at this one. All right, I can live with that. Live with it. Realize how your values impact fit for an organization. Next, third one, leadership style. Your top value. How does that show up in how you lead? If you're a person that's all about growth for yourself, growth for others, making a positive impact on individuals, and you look at yourself, oh yeah, I have meetings all the time. I'm mentoring 3 people. I do these kind of things. I want to make sure I know I have a training plan for every individual on my team. That's how it shows up in your leadership style. That is the culture. You're going to try and create a culture that fits with your values. Be clear about, these are my values. Here's the culture I'm trying to make. Last one, which is really interesting, is biases. We all have biases. What are your biases? In some cases, like the individual I started with, bias towards action. Move, let's achieve, let's keep things going. That means that individual might look at someone who is quiet, very thoughtful, introverted, and someone who's lazy, just because that the individual I started with has a bias towards action. So if I have a bias towards action and someone I'm working with doesn't, I might have a bias towards them that's not going to be beneficial for them. I have to realize what I bring. Or conversely, if I'm a quiet, introverted person and someone has a lot of energy, I might find that person really aggravating to me. Our leadership is in our values. Our values impact our leadership. Our values impact our leadership in the 4 areas: motivation, fit, leadership style, biases. I recommend you take a look at your other values, go to your top 5, top 6, define them, and do the same thing. Analyze them so you understand the impact your values are having on your leadership. See you next Monday morning, 8:30. Have a great week.